Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Titans. This time we're on episode 12 of season 2. Last time we had episode 11. And we had Jericho. We discovered something new about Jericho. Jericho is actually, well, subconsciously speaking, he's not dead. Subconsciously speaking, he likely transferred he projected his form, his self, his soul into that of Slade, perhaps moments before his death. Dick, in his mind palace, he fought Bruce. He fought Bruce in his mind palace. He discovered who he was again. He discovered that he is now, some form of Alazul. He saw the bird outside, and after his mind palace projection, he saw the wings projected on the ground, which was really cool. So we had that, and then he discovered that Jericho actually signed back when he actually went to visit Adeline, and he saw Deathstroke there. He saw Slade. And Deathstroke was acting weird in that scene alone, so he kind of thought back to it and found out that he actually signed, which is something that Jericho did. So he discovered that Jericho actually might not be dead after all. So upon realizing that, he then took the liberty of actually breaking himself out of prison. Despite the fact that Rachel and Corey both went to actually break him out, he left a message for them. Though I think he might have known they were coming. He might have known that they were on the way, but he left a message for them saying that Jericho is actually alive. So they broke into prison. With no protection, they made their faces known, and they didn't kill the guards, so the guards are gonna definitely wake up, so that's gonna, I don't know how that's gonna actually pan out for all of them. I don't know, this doesn't seem like the kind of show where that kind of thing will have consequences, but again, I don't know. It just seemed weird that they didn't wear masks, they didn't really, they weren't quick enough in their attacks, they definitely took time with their punches and kicks, so it's not really going to be much of a blur for the guards. But either way, they broke in, tried to break him out, but instead found the message he left for them. So that was that. But yeah, we had that stuff, and we had Bruce. Bruce actually worked to get all of the Lady Titans at Elko's diner, not Elmo's, not the green guy. The red guy, even Elmo's red. Elko's diner. He worked to get all of them there, and then Rachel's kind of visions led her there, and then he used audio and stuff on the radio and phone to get Donna and Dawn and Corey there too. So he gathered them all there and kind of reminded them to be Titans again and to join up and stuff. So it didn't fully work. I mean, Rachel and Corey went to rescue Dick, and then because Gar and Connor and Crypto went missing, Dawn and Donna set off on their own little quest to find him. And Gar, baby boy Gar, they've ruined him. They've assassinated him. They've brainwashed him. They were doing brain surgery on him, targeting different areas of the back of his brain. And then in the end, they used violin music to trigger the transformation in his brain against his own kind of envisionment and talking to Rachel, and then he transformed and thought he was killing Rachel, but instead he just Mercy sacrificed a scientist to prove that the experiment, the brain surgery, actually worked. So they have their own little tiger version of Winter Soldier on their hands. They have someone willing to, not fully Winter Soldier, like his memories haven't been replaced or erased, but he's been, they've kind of conditioned him in a way that, he responds. He turns into a tiger when he hears that violin music. So yeah, I think that is what they're gonna do. That's how they're gonna set him on the Titans. I think they're either gonna. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna let him go back to the Titans, but then find a way to transmit violin music to a Bluetooth speaker near him or something, and then he's gonna transform. Then he's probably gonna kill Rachel, or try and kill Rachel, and then go after the Titans and stuff. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole damn thing. So yeah, we had all of that stuff. And then in the midst of it all, we had Jason and Rose. Jason took Rose back to Gotham, but not to Wayne Manor, but he took her back to Gotham, and they and showed her the school that he used to kind of sleep in the kind of ceiling of somewhat. And he was a bit of a thespian, and then they recited lines and had a little bit of a conversation. She seemed pretty closed off and distant. He wanted to get to know her a bit better. He was opening up to her, and then shocked when she didn't really reciprocate. But then at the end, he received a message from Donna saying that the Titans needed them, and then she deleted that message. Not only did she delete it, she also called up Slade and revealed that not only was she in on his little game against the Titans, but not only was she working with him from the very beginning, but now all of a sudden she's out of the game. doesn't want anything to do with Slade anymore. So yeah, I don't know. I think that seemed surprising. Seemed fairly surprising. I mean, fairly surprising that she was kind of working with him, but at the same time, not too surprising. But yeah, she had been working with him. She'd been working with him, and then she ducked out at the last minute. So yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. But that is pretty much all. I think well, Dick's escaped now, so I think Dick is gonna be, now that he knows Jericho is alive in some sense, that Jericho is in Slade, he's gonna go after Slade again and actually confront him on that particular topic. Maybe fight him too. I don't know. But yeah, but I mean, now he's actually, I think now he can actually go after him as something other than Robin, because I think even in his mind palace, the vision he had, he confronted Bruce. Bruce even described him in a new way. He said, okay, so you're not Robin anymore, you're stronger, you're smarter, you're faster, a whole new bird of prey. So he's, and even seeing the wings on the ground, I think he's identified himself as like a new hero, but he is literally no longer Robin. That belongs to Jason now. Or at least not for long, not for very long, coming season 3, but I don't know. No, it's going to be a new thing. So I think we may well see him suiting up soon, or we may well see him forging that new identity as Nightwing rather soon. So I guess we'll see. I guess I'm sure we'll see. I am excited. I can see it happening now. Now that he's actually discovered who he is and what his new mission is. I think I can see him actually going down that new path at this point. So yeah, and I don't know if it would be better to actually see it happening at the end of the season, or to see. I mean, I could see it happening at the end of the season. I could see him actually introducing that character at the end of the season, but I don't know how much of him we might see as this new hero. I don't know if we'll actually see him immediately suiting up, or if we'll actually get like a prototype suit or something else. Like Daredevil, he had the shirt and the makeshift kind of suit before he actually got the red and the billy clubs and everything. So I don't know if Dick's gonna try and come up with a prototype, or if he's gonna go straight to Bruce and ask Alfred to build something. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, I don't know if he's gonna officially suit up at the end of the season, or if that's gonna happen at the beginning of the next one. But I think he will definitely forge the new kind of Nightwing identity in this episode or in the next one. I think the next one is actually the finale. I think the next one is the season finale. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride. It's had its ups and downs. It's definitely, it's not been the perfect season, but it's been, for me personally, it's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed seeing the story unfold through present day interpretations and also flashbacks. So it's been fun. But not the best one by any means. But almost every show out there has terrible seasons, and just like half decent seasons. So it's a thing, but I guess we'll see. We will see. So that is pretty much all I have from the last one. So on to episode 12 of Titans. Let's go. Also, this will be the highlight reel. This will be the highlight reel as always. So if you guys want to watch the full-length reaction for this episode, you just need your own copy of the episode, and you can sync it up, and you'll be good to go. But that one will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. But yeah, Titans. Let's go. Oh, did he project himself? He projected himself. Yeah.
Take with me.
Oh yeah, he projected. Yep.
5 years stuck inside this hell.
Yeah.
I'll remind you, you jumped into me. Your choice.
Oh, jeez.
Nice try, kid.
Yeah. Well, you can't risk losing their body, right? You can't risk actually getting rid of Slade's body because then their birthday. Don't do this, God. This isn't you. Oh. Don't do this, God. This isn't you. Oh, he chomped. Baby boy God chomped.
Hello, Garfield.
Oh yeah, his name is Garfield. I forgot that. Yeah.
Relax, Pat. You did great.
A firm called Cadmus.
Oh no. Shit. This is how they promote Cadmus.
Wanna see my hydrofoil?
No.
I dream of
No.
hydrofoils.
Not even an
She
inch
does.
of it. Oh, she's so cute.
I deserve good things. I deserve good things.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. There we
I
go.
gotta get one of those. I mean, as far as accessories go,
That is a neat lasso.
Little memory wipes, a Mascarian truth coil. So, Walter.
Oh, geez, so he's in a fighting ring. He's in a fighting ring. Or a... Yeah. Oh. Oh, that is a behemoth. Oh. Oh. Oh, that is good. Oh, 1v2. Yeah, even then. Even then. Oh, they get weapons? Really? They get weapons? And he has body armor, so I guess it's kind of fair. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, oh, keep up, keep up. Oh, her powers aren't working properly, so it's not just the night then, her powers actually aren't coming through.
Someone has to make some adult decisions around here. No more running after Dick Grayson because some intergalactic space witch had a bad dream.
Oh, I'm the space witch.
You're the space witch.
Easy truth call, you didn't even know your own name a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, I know it now. Corey. Anders.
Big what?
Coriander.
Princess, alien, pink hair from
Oh.
planet Tamo, whatever.
Oh,
Tamarin.
jeez.
Whatever!
Get it right. All my best qualities are just gone.
No way, you're more than just a
Those aren't your best
fire
qualities.
I'm
thing.
sorry I pulled the adult card.
I'm sorry I called you an intergalactic witch.
I do give a fuck about what you're playing.
Oh, yeah. Tamaran. Put some respect on
We're
that.
partners.
Yeah. Admittedly, that was weirdly paced, but yeah, okay, yeah. They need to be together. That was Bruce's message. They need to be united in all of this. Yeah.
Just stay put.
Get off!
I'm calling 911. Hello?
Oh, she has her bio enhancements, right? Yeah, her foot will just fix itself. Yeah, she has her bio enhancements.
I think it's time you told me about the other side of my family.
Yeah.
We
Slade had a
agreed.
child with another woman.
Wait. No, I can't.
I want to know who my real father is.
This explains why she wasn't in Jericho's history, because she's not actually from that family. She would be his half-sister. She'd be his half-sister. Well, into the water, really? God damn it.
Hi, Daddy-o.
Oh, that's a good shot through the eye. That is a good shot through the eye.
Hope it fits.
What did he get her? Is it a new dress?
It's not a prom dress.
No, not a dress. Okay, my mistake. Okay, what did he get her? Oh, did he get her a suit? Did he get her a suit because she has powers? She has healing and shit. Oh, a mask. Yeah, a mask. If he's Deathstroke, who is she? Oh, a nice half mask. A half mask and a sword. She's got everything. Oh. Oh, oh, spikes. Spikes. No. Ooh, guns. Oh. Oh, a blade in the gun? A blade in the gun?
I need some new clothes. Underwear, socks, stuff like that.
So she's willingly going undercover. Wow, $1 million. $1 million. Jesus. Yeah, he's minted. He's
He
minted.
gave me a bank account. More money than I could ever spend. I helped him break out Dr.
Oh,
Light.
Jason.
and then-
Oh, jeez. Oh, she helped him
He
break
asked
out.
me for
She
more.
broke out Dr. Light.
Their leader, Big Grayson, he's got a weakness for strays.
Yeah, soft
Especially
spot.
ones that need to be saved.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Jason is traumatized. He's actually... Yeah. All of this, all of a sudden. Yeah.
Done with this shit.
Look, none of this was supposed to happen. It just did.
Get the fuck off me.
Oh, jeez. Okay, punching him probably is not the best move.
Come on, fight me. You know you want to. Look, the Titans need us.
Fuck them, Rose. Hey, fuck all you.
Wait, he's done with the Titans too? See, now I'm starting to see how he becomes... I mean, kind of, but not really. I'm starting to see how he becomes Red Hood. Kind of, but not really. Because I think in order to actually pull off Red Hood, they need to go the way of the comics. But this it would seem really petty if he became Red Hood after this.
Jason.
Oh, and there's Dick. Oh, he's going back to Adeline's place. Seriously?
Want some water?
Oh, and she knew he was coming.
My son, he is in there.
I don't know how to help him.
Slade won't let him. Slade has control over his own body.
Jericho told me, bring my son back to me.
Well, his body is gone. All that's left is his literal spirit.
I'll try.
So, unless you're okay with seeing your son in another person's body, I don't know how that might. Oh, Dove! Oh, yes, Hook. Oh, Dove even. Oh, yes, Dove, kick his ass. Kick his ass, Dove. I want to see that. Yes, scissor kick. There we go.
If you don't like my work,
I love your work. That's why I came back here.
would you like to put a match to this before you have a slice? Oh, wait. I know. Sure, this should do it.
I'm sorry I burned your suit.
Yeah.
I need another one. Something different.
Nightwing suit, the red and the black, the black and the blue.
Well, Master Wayne said you'd be coming.
Okay. They put together a whole suit.
The mask has a built-in wireless transmitter and Starlight night vision lenses.
You've outdone yourselves.
I know.
I want to see the Nightwing suit. I want to see the Nightwing suit.
Fighting his suit for Glow. No wonder Dove left him.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
He left her. Sure, he tells himself that.
Oh, damn.
You held up a laundromat. What kind of message does that send?
That I... Sorry, so wait, should I have killed them?
No, you shouldn't have done the whole thing in the first place.
No, you shouldn't have killed them. We protect the powerless. Give back to the community.
Wait, they're heroes, not...
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Give back to the community. You asked me where I could score some blow and if I wanted to buy the suit for $200.
How high was he?
Jesus. No, I'm not. I swear.
Wow.
Phase 2's being rescheduled.
Are we aborting?
We're moving it up.
Moving it up. What's phase 2? What is phase 2? He didn't have clearance. What is phase 2? Oh, they're at the circus. Oh no. Is phase 2 the circus? Oh, phase 2 might be the circus. Phase 2 might be the circus. Okay, so that was interesting. That was interesting. An episode that gave us a look into Rose's past and showed us very minimally exactly how Gar's doing, and also showed us a bunch of other stuff. Showed us Hawk since his separation from Dawn. Hank since his separation from Dove and Dawn. So yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, so Jericho, okay, so we saw Jericho is in his body, even today Jericho is in his body, and yeah, he's fighting, Jericho is fighting for control, but for one thing, he's in Slade's body, and Slade is the host and main controller of his own body, so he has more power just, through that, innateness in itself, but also since, his bio-enhancements came from Slade, so Slade has more control over that too, so Slade can fight. I mean, he came close, making him step into the road, but then he actually fought back and so. I mean, I don't know what that would have achieved. I don't know what making him step into the road would have achieved. Like, if his body's damaged, then, it makes... I mean, well, it would then weaken his body, so then that might give Jericho a slight edge in reclaiming control, but I don't know. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But it was cool to see that confirmation. It was cool to see that kind of confirmation that Jericho is very much in there. And Jericho, he hates his dad no less. He still believes he still believes in the Titans. He still wants the Titans to win and stuff. He even admits that the Titans actually came forward and she confessed to him the truth of what their relationship was, and they moved past it. And that he agrees that Slade is the monster that needs to be stopped and all that stuff. So that was cool to see. But it was mainly cool to see that it was mainly cool to see Rose's backstory. So there was a reason. Rose wasn't in the main kind of in the backstory for Jericho, because she wasn't from that side of the family. Rose is Jericho's sister, but she is his half sister. He cheated on Adeline whilst on a mission. He cheated on Adeline whilst on a mission. It wasn't love. It didn't really mean anything. It was just like a one night stand or like a fling of some kind. So he cheated on her whilst on a mission, and Rose was born from that adultery. She was born from it, and she was born into a different family. Gary with her mother and Gary the golfer. But she always knew she was different. Rose always knew she was different because of the fact that she healed from basically any injury. She could shoot herself. She could, literally, end up riding her bike into a car and breaking several feet, just breaking one of her feet and several bones. She could always heal from that. She could always come back from that. So nothing was too long lasting. Despite that initial interaction in his home, despite the first meeting, he wasn't completely heartless towards that family. He admitted, he actually told her, he paid for all the bills, he paid for everything, he even paid for Gary's golf membership because he thought, oh, it makes him happy, so I'll take care of that too. So he still cared about that family, he still cared about what he gave them, what he gave the mother and stuff, so he still cared about them enough to actually take care of them, and he's minted. Apparently being a contract killer, being a super assassin pays well. Apparently he started a bank account for her with like $1 million, so she knew exactly how to spend that and what to spend it on, so he was more than prepared to financially support them. But then he actually took her in afterwards. He admitted that their initial introduction was a bit salty and stuff, so he took her in, he trained her, he gave her her own suit. She had like a half a face mask. She had like a Batman style face mask where the bottom is open and exposed, but covers the top half of her face and has like a little tie around at the back. And she had her own suit. She wielded dual swords. She was a dual sword, so that was super cool. But he trained her into combat and taught her how to survive and stuff. So he took her in. He took her in a way that he never took Jericho in. He took her in a way that he never took Jericho in. He wanted to protect Jericho from this life, but he used Rose. He admittedly he did use Rose. He used her. He trained her to be someone he could use to fight back against the Titans. He wanted her to infiltrate the team. That's the sole reason he trained her up. He trained her up so that she knew how to fight and survive. But then he actually sent her in afterwards on a mission to infiltrate the Titans in the present day, and that's why the eye injury was a lot more. For one thing, the eye injury was a lot more recent, and it's also the one thing she couldn't heal back. He cut out her eye, but she couldn't heal that back. I think either the damage was too severe, or maybe she can kind of choose to heal from various injuries. I think that car accident that she was in, she actively pushed her foot to actually heal a bit more. She was actually frustrated it wasn't happening quicker, but she actually actively pushed her foot to click back into place a bit more. So I feel like maybe she has some sense of control over it. Eventually she can control how quickly it heals, maybe when it heals. So maybe she just kind of left her eye because it was meant to be that kind of cover story. And also the cover story of her having fought Slade after he killed Jericho. So yes, I mean, he indoctrinated her with the same speech that the Titans were a gang of psychopaths, and that they took Jericho in and tried to manipulate him against his father and all that kind of stuff. So he gave her the whole speech, and then she played him, and then I think what really kind of didn't really shock me. What made sense was that that she is explaining all of this to Jason in the space of what is probably like an hour, maybe two, like a long backstory of her explaining I was born into another family at the hands of Slade, and then he took me in, and then he trained me up and had me infiltrate the Titans. And Jason is just mortified. Jason, his eyes are watering. He looks mortified, and he's just he has he has plenty of words. I think anyone in that position, like, the main concern would be what's real and what isn't. You were sent in to infiltrate the team. That included me. He was a part of the team at that time, so he can't help but question whether or not any of their interactions, whether or not their relationship is real at all. But even though she insisted, then we happened, then this happened, and then I wanted out of Slade's little game against the Titans. So then he leaves her too. He dumps her. So Jason, I don't know where this leads. I don't know if he's going to be in the finale. I don't know if this is actually the last we see of him, or if he's actually going to jump back in as Robin. If in the end he's going to blame Slade a bit more than he blames Rose, and he's going to try and fight Deathstroke himself, or what's going to happen. But I don't know. I do not know. But he's Yeah, I mean, I can't help but think about how this could lead into season 3, because again, Red Hood has been confirmed for season 3, so I don't know. I don't know if this might be what leads him into being Red Hood. Because I think again, like with Red Hood, his comic story, or at least his actual canon origin story, to my knowledge, is having been killed by the Joker and then being left behind by Batman, and then he holds a grudge and all that stuff happens. So I can't imagine they actually might go down the route of him being betrayed by Rose and being neglected by the Titans, and then he becomes his own kind of vigilante. I mean, it would be edgy. It would be edgy as all hell, and I think more than anything, it would just seem petty. More than anything, it would just have like a hint, like an essence of pettiness to it. But more than anything, it would be like Rose betrayed him. The Titans, the Rose betrayed him. The Titans neglected him, so he's just gonna go be his own thing, be his own hero, not gonna follow anyone's rules except his own. And he's going to go around shooting people at the same time, because Red Hood uses guns. So, yeah, I can't imagine how any of this might go down, but I'm hoping we do see him in the finale, so then that way we actually have a much clearer idea of if he actually does, go down a much darker path because of whatever happens, however the story ends. But yeah, I don't know. I think it made sense seeing Jason feel betrayed and neglected in this episode made sense, but I don't know if that's actually how they might actually try and set up Red Hood. But Jason himself, he could care less what the Titans need. He doesn't really want them right now, and he's obviously just feeling broken after what Rose just told him. So yeah, and Jason as a character too, he doesn't really have the cleanest or the strongest kind of past. He was neglected by both of his parents, and even his uncle kind of left him kind of lying around whenever. So he's never really had the strongest sense of guardianship or parentship in his corner. Even Bruce handed him over to Dick to be trained in the Titans and everything, and then Dick just didn't really trust him or believe him well enough to actually let him join the missions one way, especially once Deathstroke came along. Jason knew who Deathstroke was, and he still wasn't really let in on that business. So he just feels neglected all around. And then Rose is adding salt to an open wound. So yeah, I guess emotionally and psychologically, I guess there is some story there. There is some story, but still, I feel like it's not really that much is there. I mean, neglect is there, and he's definitely feeling like he's just not really being trusted or taken in by anyone. But yeah, I don't know. Right now I think right now he's just a guy who needs time to think, and then in the end he actually might end up going down his own path. But for that reason, I hope we do see him in the finale, so then we get a clearer idea of actually what path he goes down, who he chooses to side with, and what he does. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we have to wait and see. Yeah, Gar. We found Gar. Gar's initial test was being set on that coffee shop. That coffee shop that he went to. He was a regular. Like the girl behind the counter knew him. She recognized him and stuff. And then immediately he just. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it must be something in his, like a chip in his head, right? Because I don't know if there are any speakers or like any kind of radio or something inside the cafe. But somehow he heard the violin music, and then the green eyes came up, and then the green face came up, and then. Yeah, so he used some fists and feet to actually, initially attack, and then he transformed into a tiger, and then he killed all those people in the cafe. So they've weaponized him. They have weaponized him, like Donna said. And Donna and Dawn infiltrating the sushi delivery was super cute, and then her using the lasso to get the information out of him. So yeah, the lasso does have that kind of truth filter to it, it has a lie detector thing to it. So. Yeah, seeing them use that was super cool. Donna and Dawn just working together, being the last two original Titans, still kind of together and doing their own thing and stuff. So that was super cool. And Donna couldn't really help but suggest them bringing Hank back into this especially after what happened. She couldn't really help but bring him back in, and she was right. Like Hank. I think it brings me back to the last season, like the way Donnie described him when they were first going to suit up as Hawk and Dove. He described him as he's not built like the guys out on the streets. He can take a few hits, he can deal even harder hits, and he can do things that no one else can. So Hank is he's a powerhouse, and he's a martial artist too. So he's like a package deal when it comes to vigilanteism. So. So yeah, so seeing Dawn and Donna do their own stuff was really, really cool. You know, them doing some recon, extracting information, gathering intel, seeing what was happening. Not much besides from Gar having been weaponized and Phase 2 being go, so yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we will see exactly how things go down. Hank was fighting. Hank was fighting as Hawk. And I love that he, you know, likely told the guy that he was the undisputed leader of the Titans. You know, Hawk was the leader of the Titans. But I mean, in this episode, they established that, you know, the Titans are a known team. Even the guy that stole the suit from Hank, the kid that stole the suit, he knew of the Titans. He knew of Hawk, and the naked dude from the laundromat knew of the Titans and knew of Hawk, and even claimed that Hawk was his favorite Titan. So the Titans are a well-known team. They're an established team, not Justice League level, but they're still known. And I think in a team with Robin and Wonder Girl, like, you know of Batman and Robin, you know of Wonder Girl from, you know, Wonder Woman, and then Hawk and Dove make themselves known, and then you had Aqualad too. So the Titans were like the Titans are an established team. They're known. They are, you know, vigilantes in their own right, but they are kind of known. So it was cool to get that kind of not like that kind of establishment. I think it's been going for a while now, but I think each time they mention it, kind of hits me that, oh yeah, the Titans are known in this city, in this universe. The Titans are known, so that much is cool. But yeah, Hank was, you know, getting high off of both fighting and drugs. He was using the drugs to power him, and then he was using the fighting to, you know, release his stress, and also the very, very, very occasional sex with a random passerby who claims to be a fan of Hawk and stuff. So yeah, and then yeah, he didn't even last very long. I mean, you know, one position had him aching in many, many places. The other position also had him aching in the same places and more. But then in the latter position, he, you know, fell asleep after like 5 seconds of movement. So yeah, so it speaks volumes to exactly how strong he is now, that he can't really handle too much of that particular activity after fighting. But then he dreamed that he was actually fighting Dawn as Dove and stuff. So I mean, I really wish that was real, but I also wish we could actually see Dove kick Hawk's ass, just because Dove kicks ass, and I want to see her kick Hawk's ass. But yeah, no, he had this. I think that timeline thing, like how that happened, I'm confused on, because I think the guy. So no. Okay, no. So he dreamt that Dawn was fighting him in his dream, but then he was so high when he was in the parking lot that, you know, he actually just kind of bypassed the fact that he met the other guy while also talking to the other woman, and then sold him his suit for $200. And then yeah, the guy then went around trying to be a hero, but then ended up actually robbing a laundromat, which is not what the Titans do at all. So I'm glad that, you know, in that scene, I'm glad that, you know, Hank actually passed that message on to that, you know, that the Titans actually help the poor and the people. The Titans exist to defend the innocent when they can't defend themselves, and actually give back to the community and actually do something good for the world that they live in and stuff. And then in the end, you know, he had an epiphany of his own. The kid actually asking him if that's really what the Titans do, and he actually, you know, had to decide that, you know, okay, this is actually this is what Hawk's meant to be. Hawk is meant to be more than a ring fighter. He's meant to be more than just that. He's meant to be more than what he sees himself as right now. So Hank is very, very conflicted right now, just laying in bed next to a nightstand full of drugs and stuff. So yeah, but I mean, it's been referenced in this season alone that, you know, he that you know, doing crime fighting wasn't enough for him after the Titans broke up. He needed to actually get something else to get him off too, so he turned to drugs. So he had that kind of problem. So it's interesting that they're delving into that. And actually showcasing that, you know, Hank has other problems behind the mask that he needs taken care of. So yeah, so we may well see Hawk in the finale, but he might not be as hawky as we'd like him to be. He might just be there to hold up his end of that deal that he told the kid that the Titans are there to give back to the community and save it. So we'll see exactly if he's actually there to help fight the good fight or what's going to happen. But only time will tell. Then we had a bit of an argument between Rachel and Corey in the car. It was a weirdly paced argument, I'll admit. It was a kind of a weirdly paced argument. Like, you know, 1 second they're shouting at each other, and Corey's dissing Rachel being the intergalactic space witch, and then Rachel's dissing Corey in her home planet, planet Tam or whatever. It was a bit weirdly paced with that, but then 5 seconds later they actually reconcile, and Corey I think Corey being the adult, she recognized that not only can she pull out the adult card in making decisions and deciding where they go, but she also has to be the bigger person and actually own up to what's really making her angry and lash out, and also admit that Rachel isn't really the one with the issue. Rachel isn't the cause of her problems. Not entirely anyway. But yeah, that was a fun scene, and them again, it was kind of weirdly paced given how with how quickly they actually kind of reverted back and forth. But I guess it's better for them to actually get their feelings out of the way and then patch it up 5 seconds later than to say really, really mean stuff to each other and then stew over that until the end of the finale. But yeah, that was cool. I mean, it was funny to begin with because I figured she's probably gonna go after her hair or her 5 hours of like not working or something, but no, she goes straight for the home planet. And then Corey not being able to return to her home planet makes it an even bigger burn. So yeah, that was fun. But I think easily one of my biggest, one of my favorite moments from the episode was Dick going to Stu's shoe shop. Him going to the guy that made his suit in the first place. As soon as they made it known, as soon as I realized that this is probably the guy that made the suit, I figured, oh, he's probably holding a grudge because Dick burned the Robin suit, right? And he's like, I don't make shoes anymore. I make fruitcake. Fruitcake is a very, very special delicacy. It's a very, very careful process making the fruitcake. But maybe you just prefer your fruitcake just tossed into the incinerator, right? That's how you like to, you eat the fruitcake. You don't even eat it. You just throw it into a pit of fire. Like him making it clear he's holding a grudge. He's been holding that grudge since he actually found out that Dick burned the suit. And then Dick's being like, I'm sorry I burned your fruitcake. It will never happen again. It was a mistake. I'm sorry I had a really bad day. Not only that, but revealing that Stu actually has like an underground team of high-tech experts that make the suit for him, that, work for Bruce Wayne and make all these suits, and people that actually do this. And there's a team, Lily, and just like a team of, like high-level, tailors and technologists and all these people that make the suits and stuff. And they made a suit. They made a Nightwing suit. We didn't see it, but they made a Nightwing suit. They made a new Nightwing suit, like a blue and black one, like with new something that would actually make him move easier. It's not something dedicated to make him because he is a circus boy. He grew up in the circus. He was on the trapeze. He was on that line thing. He's very, very agile. He's very, very kind of quick on his feet and everything. So he's like a Spider-Man without the web swinging, basically. So he needs something that would allow him to move that quickly and move that swiftly. So they made him something that flexible. They made him something with, I think, electric insulation. He has the Eskrima sticks. He has the electric Eskrima sticks. So that would probably charge up in the back and then just start fizzing as soon as he pulls them out. And then he's probably got something else. Probably got like the mask and everything. He's got like a wireless transmitter in the mask. He's got everything. He's got everything he needs. So in the finale, we can see it. In the finale, we can see how that actually works. But yeah, no, that is gonna be cool. But yeah, they didn't show us. They're gonna show us in the finale. They're gonna tease that for us in the finale. But yeah, no, that is bound to look cool. But yeah, even the team holding a grudge actually seemed kind of funny. Like him just emphasizing, yeah, guys, I had a really bad day. It was just a terrible choice, a terrible mistake I made. Let's just move past it. But they put a lot of effort into this one, so I pray to God they don't make him choose another identity and make him burn the Nightwing suit too. We've yet to see that. Well, I mean, I've yet to see the Nightwing suit, but I am thoroughly excited to see exactly what they've got in store. But yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Nightwing suit. I mean, I have an idea. I've seen it in the Arkham games. I've seen it in Arkham City and Arkham Knight. Nightwing is like a featured character, like a DLC / story character in those games. So I've seen exactly what it is. Like it's like an all black with like the blue bird symbol, the blue bird emblem on the front, and he has like a one mask, like an eye mask on the front, and he has the Eskrima sticks that charge in the back, and then he pulls them out, and then I mean, I don't know if they actually charge in the back. I don't know if he actually has anywhere to put them, like Black Widow does. Like she has a harness on the back that she just puts in and puts her buttons in, and then they charge. And I don't know if if Nightwing has anything like that. But he has something. He has electric escrow sticks, so it'll be cool to see exactly how that stuff goes down. But yeah, he's got a new suit. And the team built it rather reluctantly, knowing he literally just melted the last one away. So yeah, a lot of money and resources goes into that. I can't even talk anymore. A lot of money and resources goes into this stuff. Like, you know, it's this top quality Kevlar insulated material stuff that, you know, absorbs impact and, you know, like superhero level stuff, and he just burns it like it's a chunk of paper. But no, it's really, really cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. So I guess we'll see exactly how that unsuiting goes, but that was the suit. And as soon as he escaped prison, he went to Adeline's house. He went to Adeline's house to confront Jericho, to confront Slade about being Jericho, or at least having Jericho inside him. So yeah, so Adeline knew too. Adeline admitted that she actually knew. She realized once it was too late, but she knew that her son was in there somewhere. So she wants, you know, if Jericho's going to do anything, if Dick is going to do everything, if Dick is going to do anything, she wants him to do at least one thing, and that's bring her son back to her. So I don't know how that might work. I don't know how, because I think his body is presumably gone. They probably buried or got rid of his body somehow, but his body is gone. So exactly how they can bring him back, I'm not too sure. I mean, unless she's okay with the idea of a complete stranger, you know, like her son having the body of a stranger, but still his soul inside them, someone who, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know anyone who would actually volunteer to that, unless he can reanimate a dead body, unless he can reanimate his own dead body that's been decayed for literal years, for like 5 years. I don't know if that's something he'd be willing to do, but either way, he made Adeline that promise, so I guess we have to go forth and see exactly how that promise comes to fruition. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it was cool to see that, you know, that she isn't fully distrusting of Dick. She does trust him to do at least one thing, and that's bring her son home. But whether or not Slade will allow that, whether or not Deathstroke will allow that, we have to wait and see, because Deathstroke still has his son inside him, and he knows that, you know, if he lets Jericho go, if Jericho saves his body, then the Titans will have all the more power to fight back with and stuff, and Rose will help fight back too. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that is all I've got on that front. But yeah, that is pretty much all I've got from this finale. We'll see. I think it ended with not the finale. This episode, the finale is next one. The finale is the next episode. But yeah, this one ended with them unveiling the circus and the van with Gar inside, literally right next to it, and he was already waking up with his green eyes ready. So yes, I think so then they might set him on a circus. They might actually set him on a circus full of innocent people, and even the news report said that they were actually gonna, you know, like they were somewhat officiating the Cadmus laboratories as the only team, you know, capable of handling the Titans. That they actually, you know, they criminalized the Titans, actually painted them as criminals, and said that, you know, the Cadmus were the only ones actually capable of dealing with them. So they've kind of officiated Cadmus as the good guys now, apparently. So that gives Mercy and Walter and all them lot all the more firepower and all the more kind of, you know, space to work with to actually do their thing. But they're also gonna they're gonna stage it. They're gonna set Beast Boy on the circus, and it's gonna be up to the Titans to actually stop him and actually fight Cadmus at it. And so yeah, they've got two enemies to deal with. They've got Cadmus and they've got Deathstroke. So it's gonna be like a double-sided kind of, you know, outward battle, like an inward battle of sorts. So yeah, we'll see exactly how it goes down. But that is pretty much all I've got from this episode. So that was Titan Season 2, Episode 12. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next time on Titans, on the finale. And yeah, and the full-length reaction, like I said, will be over on Patreon. You can get that over there. And yeah, that is it. So, I will see you guys next time.